All right, this is Ice Climber for the NES. You can actually select any level in this game, but I'll probably just try to beat all of them. How many are there again? Why is it easier to match? Oh, only 32? That's not too bad. I'm not gonna worry about going for it all in one stretch. I have played this one before. I've beaten it a couple times, actually, believe it or not. I think I've done it once by myself and then once with someone else. Honestly, the multiplayer is the best thing about this game. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna see it. The big thing about this game is the jumping controls are kind of awkward. Like, you barely go any horizontal distance when you jump. And you just kind of have to get used to it. Bonk. And it gets especially nasty in some of the later levels where you're landing on small platforms. Come on. That's true. 32 is like more levels than anything else. Especially considering they're all unique, I guess. Should give credit where it's due. Oh, these minigames are especially hard. And that's kind of the weird thing too. Sometimes you have to like almost go through the block a little bit. You know, the multiplayer was us screwing each other over. That's how you interpreted it. Well, it was funny because if you scrolled the screen and your partner was too far below, they would just get destroyed. It was really funny. Oh, you played it with me twice, and I played with Dr. Pops? How many times have I played this darn game? Yeah, I think you're right. Other than the jumping, I think it's a fine game. I'm being a little hard on it, but I especially think it's fun in multiplayer. I just wish the jumping felt a little smoother. But again, this is before even Super Mario Brothers, so I didn't realize that. I didn't realize so many of these games were before Mario Brothers. Or Super Mario Brothers. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I've seen that before. Iducks films. They were seals, but because of like, yeah, they didn't want to see you bashing them on the head with a hammer. They changed it to those Yeti things. Oh, this bonus might be dead already. Let's see. It is early. It's so funny. I'll definitely mention that one in the video. I'll have to find footage of the actual original Japanese version. No! See, that's what I'm talking about with the janky jumps. No bonus for me. Don't you actually hit people with your hammer at the peak of your jump there? Like, because your hammer's up? That's what I seem to remember. Oh yeah, there's weird conveyor belt floors. Very few games have even still had jumping at this point, when you think about it. Or like a dedicated jump button. Other than like Mario Bros. For the arcade, the Donkey Kong games. How did Donkey Kong 3 work? I'm already forgetting the controls. Could you control your jumps in that one? I don't remember. But even a lot of the NES games have been like sports games and stuff. Why are there conveyor belts on a mountain? That is a very good question. Maybe it's supposed to just be like slippery slopes? I don't know. These don't look slanted though. I've always thought it'd be really cool for Nintendo to like bring back Ice Climbers as some sort of co-op platformer vertical climbing game with mountains to like scale. I've always thought that'd be kind of cool. I see you, Icicle, trying to mess me up. I don't know which way this conveyor belt's going. I don't know if enough people would be into it, but Like, can you generate that much buzz for ice climbers? I don't know. I just always think it'd be cool to see old Nintendo franchises come back to life. Like with Kid Icarus Uprising. No, I bounced off the mountain, and I did not hit that ledge somehow. Oh, there was a rumor going out that Sakurai wanted to make a new Ice Climbers. Huh. Too bad it didn't happen. Oh, dang it. Oh, wait, that wouldn't have worked. No, now this stupid Yeti man is gonna... Oh, man. Oh, shoot. How did I live that? Ah! Dang it. If I just didn't jump, I would have been fine. Oh, there we go. That was the peak hammer thing hitting him that I was talking about. Shark Guy wanted to do everything. And yet, all he mostly did was Smash Bros. Hasn't there been, like... Hasn't the guy who makes the No More Heroes games said he wanted to make, What does he wanted to make? Something random. He wants to revive some franchise. I don't remember what it is, though. Some Nintendo franchise. Oh, this is a nasty ending. Ah! Did it. I do not care about your corn. Why is there corn just floating at the top of the mountain? Ah! I missed him! There we go. Winner bonus. It's kind of funny how old games just like it didn't make sense not to have points still as part of how they worked. I feel like it took games a while to realize they didn't need to have points. Unless they were more high score chasing focused games. That's probably not a good place to jump off. Could be not terrible. Oh! Oh my, thank goodness my hammer hit it. Okay, now it's gonna be hard to get up there. Let's try a different spot. And I'm back. What? It got covered up. Sneaking Yeti man. Okay, my problem is I keep wanting to jump up to the second clown right away. I need to wait for the second point. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time just to get up this crack. Dang it. Dude, this guy just keeps covering up. And if I take too long, the stupid polar bear is gonna come in and wipe me out. I did it again. My problem is... I need to wait for the next one. Okay, there we go. Finally, I'm patient enough. This is not looking great for me, though. No, he's just gonna cover it up. How did I not land on that cloud? No, the polar bear's coming. This ain't good. Ah! Well, I got up somehow. Or, I mean, by one bead. One beads. I'm just gonna let you go. Might be useful to have that covered up. Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't know that. It's weird. Like, the edges of the blocks are too... Like, you can pass through them easily when you're jumping up, but then you also fall through them easily. The hitboxes are just a little weird on the side of platforms in this game. Do I know about the Steel Censorship? Yeah, we were talking about it earlier. Right when we just... Oh. Right when we first started the game. Ah, that's what it was. Murasame Castle. That's what it was. That'd be kind of a cool one to see come back. I've played it on the 3DS. It's pretty tough, but it's fun too. Oh, dang it. I think I... No! Oh my goodness. I think I just played the patient game here and let the Yeti man save me. Oh, it's only showing your messages? Strange, no worries. About you talking about it again. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny piece of trivia. Kind of wild, really. This part kind of stinks. I feel like I could die really easy. That is not what I meant. No! Well, my lives are quickly depleting. I kind of want this guy to fill up that bottom row. Epic fall there. No! I should have just turned around and bonked him. What was I thinking? Game over. What level was that? 7. A native speaker didn't even know? Oh my goodness. The pictures make it at least look interesting. Yeah, I might check that out just to see out of curiosity. I mean, they did have a pretty, what's the word? They were the artwork for the older games. Was it clay-like? I don't even remember now quite. It's definitely a little bit different. It was clay, yeah. That's what I thought. But then again, the actual games didn't look like clay. They were just NES style. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on, but it does sound strange. That's crazy. I wonder if the Shin Onigan... How do you say that? Onigashima... if it's like an old thing that's just not common anymore in Japan. The most recent Mother game you played was 3. Yeah. That'll be a new one for me. I haven't played the fan translation at all. So no spoilers. Alright, time for the bad decision of not waiting for the guy down below. Because I'm impatient. I'm like in the same situation as last time. I'm a little bit ahead of the guy than I was before, though. Hey, that actually went really smoothly, somehow. I'm so glad this game lets you select the levels. Such a nice thing for them to do when so many of these games haven't let me do that. Unless you played a little more casually than what was typical for this time. Oh, man. You can see the character was changed in later ports because she was no longer culturally relevant. And that's kind of the name of that game, right? It's a bunch of folklore and stuff like that from Japan. That'll be such a weird one to play when I have no or very little understanding of Japanese folklore. Whoa, I thought the conveyor belt was gonna go the other way. Oh, that one wasn't folklore? Okay. So it's just Japanese culture in general. Oh, dang it. Oh, dang it. Ah, this game sometimes. No. Okay, good. I got the icicle. Got scared that icicle was gonna mess me up. What the heck? Maybe I just go to the other side. Yeah. No! Oh, that was so close. I kind of wish you would fix the spot here. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter when I can just safely fall. Can you just come from the other side? Or does he not do that? Well, I wonder why they decided on the eggplants for Smash Brothers. Why the eggplant of all vegetables? I mean, I guess you gotta pick one, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, this is a little better. Oh. Dang it. Oh, I'm gonna miss it. Run out of time. I took too long. Bump, 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 bump. You can select levels in the arcade version too. Thank goodness. I was worried that wasn't gonna be the case. Oh! No, don't you dare fill it up. That cloud is moving so fast. Man, it's too late. I'll let you walk that whole way. There we go. One thing I remember doing is... Oh, shoot. Is just bounce... Oh, I didn't bounce quite right. You can kind of, like, bounce off the side and get up in some of those spots. No, he's just gonna cover it up again. Dang it. Stupid bird. I tried to swing at him, but the hammer didn't come out fast enough. There's kind of a animation to it. And that guy's just gonna cover it up again. I'm starting to smell a polar bear approaching my way soon. Oh, that might be better actually. No, he's just gonna cover it up. Get there in time! Ah, take it. I did it! Dang it! I should have just ran to the right. Whoops. Oh, come on. There's this ledge so hard. What the heck? Oh my goodness. This is brutal. Down I tumble. Not this jump again. Oh, why is there 2 icicles on that thing? Oh, I didn't mean to only bash the ice. Oh. No, I pushed the turnaround button, but I think... Ah, game over, darn it. I pushed the turnaround button, but it was in the middle of a swing, so it didn't come out. Ah, I just saw... No timer. Bom, bom, bom. Gotta remember to fix that one. This game, it's like they started with Mario Bros. And then made a bunch of design choices to make it less fun at every possible step. It's the jumping that's makes it frustrating. The jumping and the land boxes on things. I personally don't think it's all bad, but it's definitely a little bit. Dang. Rough around the edges. Here we go. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Please don't mess this up. Ah! Oh, I thought I was gonna bonk and bounce backwards. Dang it. There was a video I was watching on YouTube that was a bunch of characters for Smash they considered. Apparently they were considering an Excite Bike Racer at one point. And we're actually considering making him be in the motorcycle the whole time. Sakurai even said he doesn't even think it would have been that bad to make it so that the double jump was like, or the jumping was them using a ramp to pop up and stuff. Oh, that would have been something interesting. Trying to think, is there any like really big NES games that feels notably missing other than just random ones? Obviously, there's a good amount of random ones. I guess some people might say, what's his face from Star Tropics, but that was a US exclusive, to be fair. Probably was never that high on Sakurai's list. He probably never played the games. What's his name again? I just played those games, I should know it. Ooh, I did really good that level. Well, that's not completely true, but if it's a game he hasn't, like, ever played, or can't play in his language... But if it's a game series he likes, it'll definitely help it. Someone needs to make a mod using the whole playing Excite Bike Racer as he intended. That'd be wild. Make it play like Wario on his motorcycle. But I guess the reason why you don't see a lot of the other, or there isn't really anyone else missing from the NES era, Mike Jones, that's right. It's because if the games were any of the actual really big games, they already got sequels and became mainstay franchises for Nintendo. It's kind of awkward. All clouds, okay. Oh, I was trying to grab the cabbage, I got greedy. Oh, these are going so slow, I'm already wasting so much time. No! If Mike Jones was in Smash Bros, you'd guarantee he would have either a taunt or something where he sticks bananas in his ears. Mahjong is missing. Yeah, you gotta play as a Mahjong tile. There is a spirit, that's true. But there's a lot of games with spirits. And they have made a lot of Mahjong games over the years. In Japan, I don't know if they consider it a franchise or not. Or just more like they occasionally make random... games that just fall into the Mahjong category. What I think is funny is how many of the early sports games became Mario sports games. Like, golf plays so much like is like an early precursor to the modern golf formula. And I guess even tennis, to many degrees, was really kind of similar to the modern Mario tennis game. I hate it when I fall down like that. Mahjong is now just mashing games. That's more... I don't know if that's true in Japan. It is true here in the West. There's a Mahjong mystery costume in Mario Maker. I think you might be right. I might remember that. I got all of them because I was insane. I'm pretty sure what you're referring to is solitaire Mahjong, which is really pretty the only exposure people from the West typically have to Mahjong. But in Japan, there's a more, I guess, competitive, sort of gambling-esque side to, or type of Mahjong. It's more, that's what all those old games are based off of. I don't totally know, because I'm not Japanese, though. Like, a lot of Windows computers came bundled with a solitaire Mahjong game. Well, maybe not gambling officially. It's played with points, I guess, more is what I'm trying to say. Where, like, people have winnings that go up. You're right. It's probably not actually gambling. Although it might be used in some of those places to give you tokens that you can then... Yeah, multiplayer Mahjong's kind of like Rummy. What I'm trying to get at is it's like that competitive style of card games where... I don't know how else to put it. A competitive type of card game. Those have been around since the early 80s. Wow, that long. Yeah, I remember playing it on some computer. I had a bunch. I don't remember what it was, if it was the 95 or the... I have a Vista, an XP maybe? I hope not! Yes, there is a lot of Pachinko. I've mentioned him before, or I mentioned him in my first video, but part of my inspiration was, the Beast 721, the Beast, not Mr. Beast, and he's doing every N64 game, and he's played some Pachinko games on that, and they look awful. I can't understand why you would want to play a Pachinko game when the whole, like, point people played is the gamble draw to begin with. I don't know. That's probably just because I don't get it, but it does not look appealing to me at the very least. This level is gonna be rough. I might just get Polar Bear slapped up to the neck. Hey, Polar Bear, what are you doing here? Well, so long, folks. I feel like I could cheese most of this game with the Polar Bear. Since it lets me do level selects. Dude, this cloud is moving so fast! Okay. Whoa, that bear. That bird almost got me. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, we're good. Oh no, there is Mario Sunshine Pachinko, and that is the worst part of that game, to be fair. Although not because it's Pachinko. Ah! I fell off the side of the cliff! That looked really funny. There's Kirby Pachinko minigames on the Satellaview. Oh, great. Where do I go? Okay, I think I see it. No, don't cover it up, Mr. Yeti Man. Here's it covering up. I'll just go on this one. I missed. He's already coming to cover it up. No! Oh my goodness. You've never seen someone fall off the side of the top before. Well, this is bad. Because now this stupid... I'm gonna get Polar Bear any second, aren't I? Okay, I'll distract you with that one. That was not a long distraction. It's not gonna help if I just keep missing this stupid cloud. Oh my goodness. Oh, I was on it and I didn't realize it. I died again. I think I might die this level. You'd either, but it was pretty funny. I think this is also one thing that can get really annoying when you get stuck in these, like, hard to get through the top situation because the... Yeah, you guys? I might be able to make this one, though. I did it. Now to get through the rest of the level with 0 lives remaining. Get out of here. Huh? Whoa! That guy came out of nowhere. How did I kill him? Oh, this is a disgusting spot. There we go. Oh, I did it somehow. After that awful beginning. Those are some spooky pumpkins. Has there been a new vegetable in every level so far? There, I didn't fall off the side of the mountain. Winner! Bonus! So I've been working on the Donkey Kong video, the summary. Normally I try to get those ones done by the end of Monday, and I'm not done with the intro yet. So either I'm gonna have to really double down and get it done, despite everything else going on, or I'm gonna have to skip a day. Ah! Game over. Psycho Zoom eventually, but there's like 10 of them. Got it. I did find the concept art when it was a Popeye game. I included it in the video. 16, I'm about halfway through the game. I'm just about done with the intro. The intro's the hardest part. Doing the actual gameplay is actually not that hard for me to do. I can do it pretty quickly. I do have a section at the end where I talk a bit about me reviewing old games. That might take a bit of time too, but we'll see. I do not remember the start of this stage being this bad. Goodbye. Oh. Was this the stage I was on? Oh, I died really early. Is that what it was? Yeah, the first Popeye was on the Game & Watch. Yeah, that was interesting. I played it. Dang. Get out of here. Whoa! Oh my goodness. I'm struggling. Oops. Oops. Oh my goodness. I think I'll just talk about that when I get to the Game & Watch game. I won't put it in the Donkey Kong video, but I will talk about it once I get to the Popeye games. The Donkey Kong video is long enough as it is. It's actually going to be my longest video by like a minute, but it's still going to be my longest one. Oh, you actually got a place that has the original Popeye? I played it for the first time in this challenge, and I thought it was pretty fun, actually. I liked it. Ooh. I've never seen it out in the wild. Well, maybe I haven't. I just didn't realize it was... I didn't ever play it. There's one in an arcade in Arizona that you'd like to visit? Nice. The sandwich. We don't talk about that. Okay. Dude, I found, so like, I didn't, like, so people have good quality, scans of the art used on the side of the arcade machines. However, no one has actually pulled out some of the art from that and just made good images, like posted the images. Like if you go to the Mario Wiki, it does not have all the art that's on the side of the machine. Much to my surprise, I would have thought someone would have done it by now. This is really nasty, by the way. And I did it really well. And there's a really funny, like, art of Donkey Kong on his knees with hearts towards Lady. And I'm gonna put that in the video, it's really funny. You're gonna comment on the video and call it a sandwich? Go ahead. I'll pretend I don't know what you're talking about. And Mario's like steaming angry at Donkey Kong for flirting with Lady. It's really funny. Cause I talk about how the three characters are based off of the love triangle from the original game, so I'm gonna use those pictures of them. Or not from the original game, but from Popeye. You're gonna word it in a way that it looks like I called it the sandwich. I'm stuck! Oh, I can just go this way. Don't you dare. Dang. I can do this before the Yeti guy comes. Yep. Maybe there. Oh! went straight down the hole. I don't know which way this is going. Not the way I want it to. Oh! Oh! Okay, you know what? I'm gonna just... wait, go over to this side, I think. Yeah, I think I know what I want to do. Get out of here, dumb bird. Okay, so we're gonna have to obviously do 2 runs. Oh! How unfortunate. Oops, I'm pausing on the death screen. Here we go again from the bottom. This level's kind of nasty. Do-do-do. Ah, man, I didn't think I'd actually fly up. I was just trying to hit the tile. Where am I going to pop out? Down here? Bummer. Oh, now I hit the tile. No, that was... I already got a game over. That was my second round of lives. What the? I missed all of them. No, you're gonna cover it up. Don't you dare. Oh, okay. We're good. Eggplants. Are eggplants ones that show up in the first level? Maybe that's why they chose eggplants. No, that cloud. I didn't even see this platform. It's not that helpful, actually. I might run out of time here. These clouds are moving slow. I'm definitely running out of time here. I was just trying to be quick. Poor ice climber. Is this the first? Is this the first multiplayer co-op? I felt like a rock. I died again. Ah! Well, that went smoothly. I think you would have hauled out when you ran off the edge. Yes, you've told that story before. Last moment of the Pantheon. Or was it the Pantheon or just the final boss? I meant Nintendo. First multiplayer Nintendo game. Oh, yeah, that's true. There's Mario Bros. I would say Mario Bros. Counts. You can play it that way at bare minimum. I've actually never played Joust. I've seen it, but I've never played it. I didn't know it actually had co-op. I'm doing terrible, by the way, this bonus stage. Fell down right after I said that. You ride ostriches? Yeah, I was looking it up the other day because someone mentioned it, and I was like, wait, that's ostriches in this one? I know I'd seen it game, but I just hadn't looked too closely at it. It's kind of like Balloon Fight. Yeah, that's what... I can't remember if it was you saying that last week. Or not, but... If you've played Balloon Fight, you've pretty much played Joust. I just played Balloon Fight earlier today, actually. Or I want to climb up here, maybe? I don't know which way this is going. Can you... I actually tell by the way the floor is looking, actually. So if I go up here, is this going to the right? Oh, you appeared right when I jumped. You punk. Oh, it's left. It's the other way. So this one's going right. This isn't really where I want to end up, but I can ride the cloud. Oh! I don't know how I just did that on my first try. Baby. It more or less came about from Iwata doing the Joust Famicom port, unless I'm confusing my stories. Yeah, I think that's what someone was telling me last week. Dang it. It's kind of interesting that it started off in arcades as the versus balloon fight. But I wonder if they were, they're pretty close. I wonder if they were developing them at the same time, and then the versus one was just done first. In Joust 2, you can turn your ostrich into a Pegasus. Kind of random, but cool, I guess. Oh, I just saw it. But it's a lot, if you played Balloon Fight, you played Joust, but Balloon Fight doesn't have ostriches. Which is definitely better than just flying on balloons, right? This kind of stinks. I think I'm just gonna wait for this guy to make some platforms for me. Get out of here, stupid bird. Oh. Oh! Man, this is kind of nasty, too. How do I want to do this? I guess this is fine. Oh, great. Oh, okay, I did it. Nice. Oh, man. I almost want to just play this safe. Yeah, I can just come over here. There you go. I always see the folds of lettuce on these guys as their mustache. The lettuce, that is. It's too late now. Ah! All the way down. Put it. It was 21, so I got 11 levels left. Why would you cover up the one spot I wanted to go in? Guess we'll go to this side. This side is not good because... Wait, hang on, maybe it is. Ah! I did it. This spot is kind of bad. Is there not a dude that's gonna... Can I make one appear by going up to the next level? Or am I just screwed? This kind of looks like I'm screwed. Maybe I can get up on this platform! I'll take it. Can I get up this? Yeah. Oh! Oh, where did you come? I thought it was a cloud. It doesn't make any sense. A cloud would not appear on this level. But I thought he was a cloud. Aren't you? So I thought it was safe. It was not safe. Well, at least I made it to the end of the level before getting a game over. It might have been possible to land on that one tile block, but I'm not sure. Usually that's like really hard to do in this game. Borderline impossible. It's so easy just to fall. Not only was it just for NES Joust, but also Millipede and Defender. Interesting. Bummer. Well, I guess it's better to die at the bottom of the... I guess it's better to die at the bottom of the mountain than when I'm near the end, right? Yes, I know. The bird is carrying an eggplant. We don't even see the eggplants once we get up to him. Man, for some reason, when I was recording my Donkey Kong video, I was, like, having such a hard time speaking straight. I had to re-record the lines over and over again. You know what? I'm just going this way. Oh, especially when it comes to Japanese name pronunciations, but that's hard on for a whole nother reason. Oh. Get out of here. Yeah, there's a lot I like about making the videos. Recording is not really one of them. I like writing the scripts. Ah, I thought the conveyor was going the other way. Oh! Dang it, that was on me. Because if you wait, you're fine. I like editing the videos. I like writing the scripts. I'm gonna die here if I'm not careful. I'm gonna let this guy do his thing. Recording, though, it's not my favorite. I'm just gonna let you do your thing. Go. I guess making thumbnails is the other thing I'm not crazy about either. That's why mine aren't that great. But unfortunately, it's a really important part of getting people to know I fell off the side of the cliff again. Ooh, okay, I actually turn around in time. Also, I just made that part, like, impossible. Guess it's onto a new section. Oh, over here's not bad. I think what I do like about this game is the fact that there is 32 levels. So, like, instead of being just me doing one thing that's hard over and over again, there's a little bit more variety. Even if they are pretty similar, I guess, to be fair. Reminds me about back on when they were making Donkey Kong, how the developers complained that 4 levels was ridiculous. Easy. Ah! I, like, can't beat this darn bonus anymore. I say that now, but wait till I go with that. It's 100 levels. I've actually done all 100 of them before, believe it or not. I started to look online for, like, the last 10 or something, because it got ridiculous. You had to do, like, these crazy half movements and stuff. I don't know, they were brutal. But you're right, that one probably will get a little old. Is this situation again, basically? Well, now at least he's walking, which should be a slow process. Guess I can do this. Whoa! Whew! How did I make that? Oh, man. Jeez. Okay. Maybe over here is easier. Oh! These clouds are moving so fast. Okay, I made it. Actually, you can still mess up there if you're not careful. The cabbages with mustache. Mustaches. No. Oh, I thought I wasn't gonna make it. You have an Atari 2016 plug and play console somewhere that, for whatever reason, is a Famicom. That for some reason is a Famiclone. All the Atari games are technically NES ports made to look close to the. Really weird. Oh, are they like the official Atari ports that were made? So I know there were some, like Donkey Kong was ported all over the place. I don't know too much about how many of them were made like that, though. That's just the one that it just came with all the NES ports. I think I see now. Oh. This is gonna be bad. I'm gonna get up there, then I'm just gonna fall right away. Also, I just realized what? That's exactly what happened. Why is there a cloud on a normal level like that? You can land on single spots. It's just not easy. Oh, aced that level. Or the later part of it, once I got through that one spot. Yeah, I don't know how many Nintendo games were ported to the Atari. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. No bonus. Ugh. Actually, can I ride that cloud into that spot for safety? I'm curious. So if I just stand on it, and then go like this. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's not gonna work. I think I need to wait for this guy to make a safe way across. So I can jump up on the right side. Although he's gonna cover it! The other guy is. Oh, no, wait, I can do this. Ah! I was not looking at him. Or at that ice block. Okay, good. Yeah, you bird. Can I not break this block? What the heck? Get out of here. Shoot. Need to just get past this guy. There we go. Oh, this is still not great, actually. I might have to just wait for that guy to make more blocks. What are you doing over on this side now? Oh my goodness. Can I just pull a... Dang, almost. Man. Oh, shoot. I think that level isn't going yet. Man. Okay, I think he's made enough over here. Oh, I should be able to do this. What? I jumped and nothing came out. Oh, man. See, like, how am I not? See how I'm, like, falling through that? My whole body was in that square. How was I falling through it? This was the one I forgot to start the timer on, right? I think it was, yeah. What a bummer. Might not make this in time now. No! I fell. I'm getting close. don't know how I'm doing so well on this level, because it's been kind of nasty. Oh, man, I destroyed that level. Hello, turnips. Just realized, aren't you supposed to be scaling the mountain? Why does it look like I'm actually crawling up a big cave? Darn it. Darn it. I saw that coming once I made the jump. Like, why is there walls that well, I guess you can run around the sides. It's only when I'm going up the peak. Oh, man. Like, I never realized, is the fact that you can run on the sides supposed to be like you're going around the mountain or something? Or is that, am I looking too much into it? It's just typical NES screen wrapping. Game over. Cave climber. I keep pushing pause to go faster through this game over screen, but I keep pausing. Warning. 29. That means I got, what, 4 levels left? 29, 30, 31, 32, yeah. Alright, let's try not to embarrass ourselves quite so quickly this time. Okay, so far so good. Can I get up this? No. I swear I've done a jump like that, but I might be thinking of a slightly different circumstance. I just need to deal with you, I'm sorry. I would love to have you rebuild there, so it's safer for me, but... Oh my goodness. Hang on. Left jump, maybe? No. Is that the jump? Oh, man, come on. Oh, you know what? I just realized I can go this way. Man, barely any ground up here. Here we go. Back to our good friends, the eggplants. Come on. Oh, stupid vulture. Pterodactyl. Is this a pterodactyl? Why is there a dinosaur here? Or is it just a vulture? Come on. Why is there even a guy down at the bottom level? Okay, this start is really nasty. I wish there was a... Dang it. Oh, you know what? That might be easier. Now I'm looking at this more carefully, because the cloud, I could just ride it. Oh, man, I didn't destroy the block. Ah, I tried to get out of the way, and I just failed. No, the guy's gonna cover up my one hole. No! So if they move the direction that the slope is downward, then this is the left slope. Yep. Okay, nice. I've surprisingly gotten that last jump up to the last platforms more times than I thought I would. Or rather, I'm not failing as much as I thought I would. Wait a second, have I done this bonus minigame before? Or this layout? Maybe the clouds are smaller. If I had missed him there, I would have flown off the side of the cliff. Alright, 30 done. 2 left. This game has the exact same number of levels as Super Mario Bros. Huh, I never realized that. I would definitely say those ones feel a little more... like they stand out more than the ones in this. Oh. Whoa, I almost touched that guy. Those are gonna get covered up again. Oh, he's on the other side now. This is really brutal. Ah. Dang, damn it. Oh, why would you start me here, you cruel game? just happened? Oh, I jumped in a complete standstill, and I missed the platform I was standing on. If that doesn't show you how janky the jumping mechanics are, I don't know what will. I stood perfectly still and jumped, and I still fell off. The lava was nasty. Do-do-do. Alright, let's try this side. Is this gonna be doable? Oh! How did I do that? I'm so bad sometimes. Where do I go here? This is all gross. Maybe I let the guy down there fill up some spots. Oh, that was close. Playing a dangerous game here. Oh my goodness, I cannot break. No! Is that game over already? No, I got one left. I almost died to that guy. No. I would love if you spawned on the other side. Oh my goodness, this level's driving me crazy. Guess it ain't the second to last level for nothing. Finally, he appeared on that side. Oh, man. Jeez. What are you doing over on this side? Man. That is going left. You know what? I'll let you do it. I gotta be careful. I got no lives left. Oh! As I almost die. No! I tried to turn around, but it didn't come out. I have another life! What? What? I thought I was out. Why did I think I was out? Yes! I thought it was over. That's why you hate the jumping in this game. Whew. Yeah, I don't think I've ever met a person who said that jumping in ice climbers is amazing. Then again, I haven't met that many people who've actually played this game. Final level. I should almost die just to get the game over out of the way. I know what I do. I wait for the last part. Here. I missed. I still think that's the right play, though. If I can land on these darn cloud blocks. You're so fast. Okay, there we go. Oh, I bounced. I hate when that happens. No worries. I'm used to streaming to basically no one. Honestly, the fact that I've had more people lately has been really cool. Uh-oh, that polar bear came by. What are you doing? Why'd you fall down to the bottom? Uh-oh. Failure is not an option. Okay. I make it this try. I make it this try. Oh, I didn't make it this try. I'm alive. I'm not. I'm dead. Game over. I pause again. Died on the last level. Of course I did. Do-do-do. I can't. Maybe I jump right. Maybe problem is I'm trying to jump left. I missed. Or like, what did I even bonk on there, actually? I bonked on something. You like these new challenge things? You used to watch someone play the Popcat games, which are some of your favorites. Nice. Yeah, honestly, the one I'm taking on is a little bit larger than some, just because there's so many Nintendo games out there across time. Also, what is this section? I think I come from over here, right? And then I do... I either do this... Let's see how possible this is. There we go. No! No! I got lives. Sometimes when I've told people in real life that I'm doing this, they like don't believe me. Although I think some people think of every Nintendo game on a Nintendo console and not every Nintendo published. There's a pretty big difference between the two. Yeah, yeah. I really would like to do them all. Like, that's my intention. My only problem is it's a lot of time and effort. And, I just hope it can be, if it ever became sustainable, that would make things a lot easier. And if I didn't have to work another full-time job at the same time. I'm just not there yet. Yeah, that'd be impossible to play all of them. There's just way too many. Oh, I won! GG! I wasn't even thinking. I got too distracted by the conversation. Back to level 1. I think I just die now, right? Who cares? I haven't been high score chasing this whole time. That is game complete. I'll have to fix the timer on this one. Probably close to an hour. Alright. I'm gonna note this somewhere so I know what to add. We done with Ice Climber for now.